BJ. I feel like we're going to get a light champion Molten though between the two of them. I feel like he's going to ban BJ. We're going to get like a Nyx Anarchy or a Slash Anarchy or something like that. You sure about that, Belial? I called it too, so... Well, I don't know if BJ is a bit. I don't usually sort of see BJ getting banned on this map, so I think it's more likely to be like ban... Oh, Nyx is actually already out. I'm an idiot. We could get a Strogan Slash game. I think he's trying to figure out what it would Sirius pick. And I reckon Sirius might actually pick Slash himself. Ban Scale. Wouldn't have expected that. To me, that tells him that he's not really bothered what Sirius picks. Or he had a bad experience with Chron and just decided he just doesn't want it. But to me, that's a bit of like a whatever kind of ban. Sirius does go BJ in that case. I think BJ ban would have been good. I think it's hard for Cypher to justify a Slash at the moment. I think Strog would be a good pick for him. I'd hope he doesn't go Death Knight. Go Slash. Dangerous. Dangerous but fast and deadly. Alright, so to recap, we got Blood Covenant with Ranger Visor. That's Sirius with the Ranger, Cypher the Visor. Awoken with Cypher Eisen, Sirius Galena. Molten with BJ versus Slash. Sirius on the BJ. Cypher with the Slash. Three minutes are needed, though. Mirror picks are not allowed, Johnny. What's the point of using Visor on Blood Covenant when an opponent can always hear where you're using piercing? You can't always hear on Blood Covenant. Like if you're stood at Mega Health and they're at Heavy, there's absolutely no way. You could be stood at Quad and they could be stood at the far end of Bridge and they won't hear you using Piercing Sight. In fact, you can probably... If you're stood in the middle of the map, you wouldn't necessarily always hear Piercing Sight being used. On Blood Run, however, it's harder to avoid hearing the sound. I do hope in Season 2 they allow mirror picks, though. No, that's fine, Evasor. Yeah, on Blood Run, I think we see Visor getting picked less often. But Visor's still not terrible on Blood Run, because even though they can hear it, it still makes it... Like, they're still using Piercing Sight, right? They still know exactly where you are, so you can track some people down. But it's a bit harder to chase, because you're not that mobile. It's a bit less about whether or not someone can hear it, it's the fact that you still have it anyway. But if you're at LG, for instance, and they're at Rocket, they wouldn't hear you using it. Predictions. Cypher wins Blood Covenant. Sirius wins Awoken. You know, I think Sirius is going to win. I think Sirius is going to beat Cypher's Slash with his BJ. I think Cypher will win the first map and Sirius will win the second two. I mean, we had some test tournaments. When we would run the Z Live Cups, we made it so you can pick anything you want. You got no restrictions. You can pick what your opponent's picking, blah, 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 doesn't matter. But, you can't pick that champion again for the rest of the maps in the series. But it's not like you ban it from your opponent as well. It's just like you just ban it for yourself. And with maybe a ban beforehand as well. For each player, rather than just one player. And they were quite cool. Those tournaments worked out pretty well. I think blind picks are cool also. I think a tournament with blind picks, but then you know that your opponent can't pick those champions again afterwards. I think that's decent. I mean, I like the fact that you see a lot of different champions in this, but you also see a lot of players playing champions they're not really that good at. So it's... you're just not seeing the best of Quake champions. You'll see it like in a best of 5 series, you're seeing like players 14th best champion. And if you're practicing every single champion, you're limiting the sort of skill level that you're getting. Alright, Cypher's back. Alright, looks like we're ready to start, guys. Grand final is upon us. That's not bad as well, actually, Mojo. That's not bad as well. I don't dislike that. But at the same time, then, if someone wins, it's like, oh my god, I managed to beat Cypher's Slash. Oh my god, I can't believe it. There's like, oh shit, I've got to go against it again. It's a bit like, feels bad, you know? Because, at least if you're moving from the other rule set, it's like, well, normally he would be able to play it again, but now it's like, you just could feel decimated inside. Well, I don't know. It could work multiple ways, can't it? I don't dislike that rule set at all. Alright, we're launching into game, guys. Music off. Server connecting. This is the first map, Furious. This is right at the beginning. Right at the beginning. Ranger versus Visor. Winner is going to get 150 points. The winner of this series. Loser's going to get 75. May the best video game boy win. I think that's what they call them. E-video gamers. E-video game sportists.
Prepare to fight. Round begins in.
Let's go, guys. Grand final. We've got Sirius versus Cypher.
Fight.
And we have set off at the moment. We are going to be on Cypher to start with. He's just honing in on the light. Get himself to 175. 10 seconds in on the heavy. Standard quote-unquote delay. Does manage to ensure he gets the rail. Oh my god. Manages to somehow find the forehead of Sirius. Ooh, the flicks! There's first blood, 30 seconds in or so. Well, that bounce pad being used is going to... Right, let's make sure he's no rail. Not going to go for rail. Let's make sure I get the heavy. And let's just camp this out. Make it hard for Sirius to pick up that weapon. Make him pay for it. Sees that he's moving across. He doesn't make him pay. Sirius evades the pain. Briefly, he's still getting railed from these really difficult angles. Somehow Cypher misses that shot. Wow. Oh my god, there's the orb up. Cypher needs to get himself a plus 90 HP. He barely does that. Still hits the hurty-verty. Trying to get out. Oh my god, another rail. He set him down to the ground. Does he realize? God, these rail fights that we're getting are out of this world at the moment. These are some incredibly high-level rails. Okay. Sirius is not landing these. He's gonna have to give Cypher some space for just a second. Wow, actually gets prodded through there. Doesn't lose too much health. Has the light armor to back him up. Very tame game between the two of them. Oh my god. That follow-up direct. LG still works out for Sirius. He manages to get himself a frag ahead. His stack is not that strong. Things will carry on. Big Pogs there. Censored, man, with a gifted 5. What's up, Censored? Thanks so much, man. That's super generous of you.
Balls out.
Pog and balls out for Censored. Sirius just off on those angles. Whoa, that sudden attack with the lightning gun. That's going to leave a bruise for Sirius. He's going to escape for a moment. Does get himself quickly onto the mega health, but he's just constantly under pressure at the moment. Cypher, he's just been all over him. It's like Sirius knows that he's constantly being watched, but he just can't tell how. I mean, it is Visor, so it's not totally impossible. It's like piercing sight is 100% of the time. I think Sirius messed up his orb. Oh, he tries to poke out for one more rocket, but I don't think he was escaping that angle. I think it was very unlikely. Cypher gets himself into the lead, though. He's got to respect the nails. Sirius pushes him back and is probably going to lock down this heavy. And Cypher just going to have none of it. Going to escape, stack up. Just going to have piercing sight. Miniature amount of damage. Nothing life-changing. But Sirius, with a little rocket jump over, has managed to push Cypher back. Sirius, though, is railable. Oh, I thought he was railable. Did he find a 25 or something? He was low. Cypher just looks so damn hot on Blood Covenant. An HMG, always been a good follow-up weapon. Cypher realizing he didn't take the mega health. Sirius knows exactly what he's up to at the moment. Can he evade any damage? That rail was good. Oh, we've got to push close. Sirius trying to press the issue himself at the moment. Knows that he has to be upfront about the damage. He's been playing the victim, and he wants to try and be a bit more aggressive now. And he's now secured himself a decent amount of stack. Can he get towards the mega in time? That looks like a yes, actually. There's no rails for Cypher, which is a bit of a nuisance, but where's the connections on the rail? Sirius eventually hitting some. Cypher feeling so confident in his HMG, but cannot dodge the rails enough. Oh my god. That opens up the heavy for free. So we've now approached the Sirius era. Questionable. Didn't really need to use the orb then. Or just manages to get rid of him before the mega health spawns. Cypher really, really hoping that it would spawn in time. That would have allowed him to finish the kill. But Sirius, demonstrative of how good his timing's been. Dude, these rocket jumps, seriously, you need to step it up a little bit with your movement. Rail has got a chance for one more rail shot. Oh, but the Mega's going to spawn in time. He's not going to go in for a late blast a la Cooler. He's just going in for rails heavy. Cypher does not get out of the way. Sirius now in the lead with 3 minutes to go. It's a good deny. He might even want to rocket jump up again. He's low on health, but he is Ranger after all. Cypher can't really afford to take this kind of damage. He's got himself rail. Oh my god. There's a world where he hits that little ankle rail. And again, super, super close to him. I mean, there was a rocket jump somewhere, but clearly he didn't pull the trigger on it. Bloody hell. We've got another Sirius hitting 2 in a row. Cypher still has some stack to work with. Not much, but he can be railed without falling. Sirius lost sight of where Cypher is. Seriously. Stop doing this. Tries to push the issue really hard. I think he's going to regret this. He's taking so much damage. He needs to fall back. That heavy's not up for a while. Sirius is off the map. He's messed up. He did not need to play that aggressively. Cypher's got a big... Oh my god, the rail! The reactions he had to showcase just there to pull that off. That could be a game-winning rail. This time he doesn't butcher the jump. Those reactions were nasty. Cypher knows roughly where he is. He will find him. There's a good rocket. There's the follow-up. Cypher looking perfect. Heavy will be up soon. But he's gonna lose out on Heavy. And time is really of the essence. Oh my god, the direct. Is he going to push in without a rail? Sirius is in really terrible position at the moment. This is going to be a kill wheel 7-7 with 19 seconds to go. We've got major items coming up at the same time. Cypher still has not gone for the railgun. He's going to be able to get himself 100-100, then he gets the mega health. Both players are going to have their abilities coming up at pretty much the same time. He knows that Sirius has got the rail. He kind of needs to get that himself. Oh, one perfect shot. Follow-up rocket's not terrible, but look at the rail and the orb! Sirius just lands the last second damage. I'm so surprised that Cypher went in for that, though. Sirius hitting a lot of rails, actually, this game. Cypher hitting just as high accuracy, basically. But I'm so confused why Cypher went in for that. To me, that was like a really stereotypically Cypher moment. Like, he can play a great game, and then he kind of forgets about that kind of burst damage potential that is on offer on some champions and so on. He just, like, it escapes his mind. He builds up this great plan. He makes the big plays happen, and when it comes to the bigger plays needed, he overplays it. He needed to back out there. There's no way he could close in on the Ranger. And I think it was like sub 5 seconds. Maybe he was like calculating, okay, can I get the kill before the orb comes back? But I think it's too risky to work with. Too risky. Big thanks to Fritiet. 50 goddamn months, by the way. Fritiet, you absolute star. I appreciate you. I respect the effort to go for it, but I think there needed to be a little bit of slowing down just there. Like, you can see how he went up the bounce pad. He was curving to go in towards the bridge room. There wasn't really much spam taken care of before then. He would have been heard anyway. Like, Sirius could tell from a mile off that that's the position he's got. Whether or not he's going forward into the bridge room is a different question, but, like, you broadcast to the map that you are in the center map going up the rocket bounce pad. Cypher, I think, had to play with a bit more caution if he didn't know exactly where Sirius was. Because Sirius obviously knew where he was, and if he doesn't know where Sirius is, then your plan, all of a sudden, you go from your 90%, 100% certainty to, like, less than 50%. So I'm used to, like, Sirius making the risky plays, but for me, that was a very, very risky play from Cypher. But that's what he's known for sometimes, is he will make the unlikely plays and make them work. But I don't think we live in that age anymore. I think players are so ready now for anything at this level. They've seen all these situations again and again. Cypher's already educated the tier 1, tier 1.5, tier 2 scene to such a decent level that they're constantly ready for these kind of things to happen. You'd say that 60% plus the time they're Cypher? No way. Not at all. I'd say definitely less than 50%. You've got a player who has all the information versus a player who doesn't. Similar stacks. They've both recently taken major items. Similar weapons. Similar timings on their abilities. Like, there's no way that Cypher's got an advantage there. Oh, well, pre-jump pad, the situation doesn't even exist then. But if you mean just, like, if the fight was delayed, I don't know. I think it's 50-50 then. Anyway, the next map's on. Still a chance for Cypher to get back into this. He's hitting some stunning rockets, but he's got to be cautious that the Mega's been taken recently. Tries to escape, successfully so. He can't find this follow-up damage. And dude, there's a totem! Get rid of it! Oh my god, I'm gonna get angry. Ooh. Mega's gonna be up in a moment. Cypher. I mean, there's a possibility to go on to Mega, but I can see why he didn't, because he'd be left out in the open. Sirius getting a good start now with First Blood. He's got good control. And Cypher's got to back away from the heavy. There's a rocket jump up. I think you keep chasing now. You keep going. Perfect. Good reaction. Good angle. Cypher, a little bit optimistic, trying to make that jump out. He had to shoulder peek, kind of wiggle a bit. Currently a limited edition, get rid of the totem mug. That's a plan right there. Cypher's taking control of this position, actually. This is oftentimes a dangerous push. If he knew that Cypher didn't have rockets, then I accept. It's a good move by Sirius, but that's a very, very dangerous corner to play. Games are won and lost based on that push. Oh, have I got the wrong map on? Sorry, guys. Thank you. Oh my god. That's right after Mega was taken as well. So much juice lost. Sirius, he's going to walk in. This is going to be a soul-crushing moment. The light's not even taken by Cypher. I don't think he realized where he bounced Cypher then, but he still managed to get a nice little rail afterwards. tries a little bit too hard on this instance, and that's going to be the machine gun. Cypher with a chance now. He gets the mega health. He's got to get a light armor. Has no LG. But he's not doing terrible. And he's just crippling him with rockets. Seriously, seriously strong damage. Somehow Sirius lets him get away with that. He had about a sort of 4-second window, but I guess he didn't have the weapons. So respectful play. Not taking risks. Sirius wanting to keep the advantage. Cypher, though, has got the control in the second half of the game. Has had it for probably the last 30 seconds or so. Roughly. Actually, probably not even that. That's a great rail shot. There's a response to it. Sirius of 3 in a row, though. And Cypher hurting. He loses all his starting armor. Off the map? Ooh, not quite. Cypher managed to get onto 50 armor. But he still needs health to recover. That damage is not bad. My god, Sirius is hitting some extraordinarily high level rails at the moment. I think I'm going to have to start basing my predictions more off players I think who deal with totems better. And I think Cypher's unfortunately like among, I don't know, the top Europeans, he's like the worst at dealing with totems. Oh, dude, just perfect angles there from Sirius. You're not wrong, Belial. Cypher can work with this stack. The thing is, he's got to out-aim Sirius a little bit with rails. He's floating in the middle of the heavy pit. The item's not up for a while. Sirius is low. I like small delay on the light armor, just waiting for a couple of sound cues. Sirius's rail is just off the charts right now. What's he hitting? 17 of 37 rails, guys. He's fired more than double the amount of rails that Cypher has. And he's landed more than double the amount of rails that Cypher has. If Cypher wants to get into this game, it's got to be in the next 20 seconds. And he just can't. I don't even think he can get mega health. This is just so hard. If there's another kill for Sirius, I think it's over. And like another kill that results in Sirius getting control again. And totems just annoying Cypher. Again, the rails. He's just been having the luxury of picking off at these long distances. Deleting another light. Very sound, solid strategy from Sirius. And really, if this does go the way of Sirius, which is probably pretty much is, I think Cypher can only look at what happened over on Blood Covenant. Just that rush down at bridge, at the end, was not the play to make. Otherwise, Cypher gives himself a way, way better chance of winning that map than what it ended up being in that fight. Because I think that Awoken is too much of a serious map. Like, Cypher's very much a... sorry, Blockum's very much a Cypher map. Awoken's very much a serious map. And you make these mistakes and you can feel the punishment at moving into the next map. Couple of critical shots missed, but Sirius holding steady. And only needs to hold steady for 15 more seconds. And it's going to be over. Sirius will be picking up 150 points. Cypher will still pick up 75. And he'll be among the top 3 players, I'm pretty certain.
You win.
GG, guys. Sirius wins against Cypher 2-0. 48 LG, 44, 22 for 50 on the rails. Just bang. Bang like that. Okay, guys. I think that's EU CIS Challenges Week 4 wrapped up. We saw some fun things today. Seeing an SC today was an absolute pleasure. Silent Sep managing to take a map off of Sirius. So Sirius has now been has now lost a map twice this entire season of challenges. Once against Cypher in week 2, and once against Silent Sep today in the semi-finals. So Sirius definitely getting tested, but still looking good against Cypher in the final. Just making a few less mistakes than Cypher, and I think we'll definitely be looking at the end of Blood Covenant as kind of the major point